Okay, so today is the start of a new series on the channel. We just finished the solo piano series. I went through all of my solo piano scores, and we're moving on today to organ scores. Let's see. So I have probably like 13 of these. Um, we're going reverse chronological as always, and the first one is a piece by Matthew Lee Knowles, a British composer, which was written just last year. It's called Something in Pink Nylon Flutters at Him from a Bedroom Window. This is a suite in 6 movements, which Matthew wrote for Katja Farn, and I guess it was written early 2025. The movements appear not to have names, they're just numbered. So this is movement 1, how it starts. Movement 2, movement 3. This one's just a single page. Then movement 4 is also a single page. Movement 5 is a single page. And movement 6 is 2 pages. The longest movement in terms of page count is number 2. And the first 4 movements have a key signature of 3 flats, interestingly. And then, oh, as does movement 6. Movement 5 does not have a key signature, though. So I've actually done a number of Matthew's scores on the channel already. In the piano series, we did about 30 of them, so 30 of his piano pieces. So I encourage you to just go to, like, I've made a playlist of his pieces, which I've covered a lot of them, really short episodes. Um, the first one of those episodes would be the one where I talk about uh, the composer, go over his website and his biography. Um, I'm not going to do that today for obvious reasons. And normally I would go over the dedicatee's biography, but we're actually going to look at some of Katja Farn's own compositions in subsequent episodes in the series, so I'm just going to leave that as well. A recording of this is in the video description. It's about 14 minutes long, apparently, and we're going to listen to it together, and I'll let you know what I think. This is going to be a very raw reaction today. I've never heard this before, and yeah, maybe I'll pick a favorite movement or something. Okay, yeah, cool. So I like that this suite has kind of a similar compositional idea in the first and last movements. I feel like that is probably the something pink that's fluttering, something pink nylon. And then the other movements in the middle are just like maybe other ideas or takes on whatever is inspiring this piece. Um, it's very diatonic, but it has this sort of like element of minimalism and like conceptualism. I like um, there's like this quick departure after the first movement to like this sort of repetitive thing that we have in the second movement. We have this process where like a scale up and down is going on in the pedals, and then it keeps getting longer and longer by adding just like repeating notes, right? So that suddenly we're hit with this very like um, this process that's very transparent and obvious, and then things get even more minimalistic. Like the third movement is just a D and a C. One thing I really liked about it was uh, the featuring of different like either the pedals or the hands. So like we have a couple movements that are just manuals, couple movements that feature the pedal, but in different ways, and then the last movement is just one hand, probably left hand and pedal. So it's kind of interesting. And then also registration was very interesting for each piece. I could tell that Matthew probably worked with Cat and this specific organ um, to get these very interesting sounds for each movement. And I'm curious if the sounds, like the timbres, inspired the piece, or the piece inspired the notes, or the notes inspired the timbre, or what that was about. Um, I'd be curious to know the compositional process there because I've never really played with timbre when writing for organ. Okay, so this piece is the title's taken from this collection of poems, I guess. No, it's a single poem. So sometimes your dressing gown unhooks and slides out under the garden door with three aces up his sleeve. He flies in the face of next door's dog and backflips down the middle of the street, opening himself and humming. Something in pink nylon flutters at him from a bedroom window. He twirls his cord to beckon her outside. They're heading for a club. They know where the dress code is relaxed, midweek, and the music is strictly soul. Okay, Siân Hughes is a poet, teacher, and novelist, born 1965, UK based. Grew up in Cheshire, and the poem Secret Lives won this competition that we were just talking about in 1996. And then she went on to win other awards in 2006, 2009. She was longlisted for the 2023 Booker Prize for her debut novel Pearl. This was released just 3 years ago, 2023. So that book is actually seems kind of interesting. It's a retelling of this 14th century poem about the grief and loss as a father struggles with the death of his daughter. I really hope I pronounced her name right. Definitely someone to look into, and clearly this poem was some point of inspiration for the piece.